Hello, and welcome to a Broken Binding unboxing. This is the 9th title of their subscription series, the 3rd and final title in James Islington's Lacanius trilogy. Now, if you watched the last unboxing, which was an echo of things to come, I said that the Lacanius trilogy had a delay at first because they had to do the sprayed edges again, but that the 2nd and 3rd titles were coming out pretty fast so that the November title would be here before you know it. And you probably look at the calendar and saying, well, hey, it's, pretty much December. And a fun story on that. So I'm out in Buffalo, and this actually got delivered a little over a week ago. But a little over a week ago, we got a crazy snowstorm, like 6-7 feet of snow. And this got delivered to my neighbor's house. And then a snowstorm immediately happened. And, we kind of were preoccupied with that. Now the snow's all melted, and he's like, hey, I got a box that showed up here. So here we are. Anyways, we got a bookmark, The Light of All That Falls. How could I continue to love, worship, even just accept a God whose plan involved something precious to me being ripped away? The 3rd title in the Lacanius trilogy. Let's get that ribbon right off there. Hope you don't want too much of an explanation on this title, because I still haven't read the first 2 books. I only got the first 2 books in the span of the last month. And my TBR pile is a little big, so I can't provide too much insight on this title. But we're going to look at it anyways. Sound off in the comments telling me all about it, though, because I will read it. It hasn't happened yet. Anyways, The Light of All That Falls, James Islington. Beautiful sprayed edges. These were controversial sprayed edges. They were gray variants originally, and everyone complained online. And so the Broken Binding said, hey, fans, we hear you. We are going to redo them and get them to match the color of the boards, which they did. So, slight delay in getting the books, but they are now complete. They are here, and they are beautiful. So, The Light of All That Falls, the 3rd title in the Lacanius trilogy, or Lacanius. This is number 805 out of 1500, signed by James Islington right there, November 2022. Very nice. This has been favorably compared to The Wheel of Time, which I have read the first 8 books of The Wheel of Time. I will finish that series one day, but man, it's a lot. It's a lot to get bogged down with. There's 14 books you got to commit to. First 3 kind of stand alone as their own little trilogy, and you have a nice little happy ending there, and you can pretend none of the other series exists. But then 11 other books do happen. So I will catch up on that eventually. Anyways, this takes place in a world where magic existed, but it's kind of gone now. At this point, I think magic is very much back into heavy use. I know the first title dealt with a man named Davian, who had access to kind of the higher level of magic. And now there were kind of the boundary was happening? Am I saying that correctly? The boundary was uniting worlds, the world of the novel and the magical world. If I could be completely wrong on that. Like I said, this is the 3rd book, so I apologize on that because I didn't read the first 2 yet. But crazy stuff happens, and this is the conclusion of it. Very much looking forward to diving into this. So Broken Binding, they're doing this backlist of all of these fantasy titles for the subscription. Next month being December, or being this month if you're watching this literally a day after it's been released, is The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. And then in January, February, and March, we are going back to the realm of The First Law by Joe Abercrombie. Very excited. We get the 3 kind of standalone spin-off novels, which is Red Country, Best Served Cold, and The Heroes. And I am all here. I'm all for Joe Abercrombie. Love me some grimdark. Love his writing. That was what really sold me on the subscription to begin with, was the original First Law trilogy. So anyways, they just did, like this past weekend, the Black Friday sale on various books. I picked up some books, so we'll see when those arrive. They do have plenty of other books available on both the Broken Bindings main website. Some titles are exclusive if you're living in the U.S. Have to be purchased through the brokenbindingsub.com if you wanted to buy some of those exclusive titles. But they have plenty of regular titles on the main site, or if you're over in the UK, I think you have to use the main site for those exclusive titles. The British titles, so you get a glued spine like so, which is a little disappointing for the larger books, especially ones like these, because the spine is going to eventually break. But hey, they don't call it the Broken Binding for nothing. Anyways, I'm very excited to be getting more Joe Abercrombie. I know they said they might be doing a science fiction subscription, so this is purely fantasy, and it's a backlog titles. They don't do first run titles like the Light of All That Falls was published in 2019. So all these titles are a couple years old, if not a little bit older. But they might do another subscription, which is all current titles, kind of similar to what Illumicrate does for fantasy titles. Or what's the other one? There's a whole bunch of different loot boxes and subscription boxes out there. Anyways, Broken Binding subscription. Waitlist is online if you wanted to join. Sorry for not giving you too much about the book itself, because I don't know too much about the book itself. I am ill-prepared for these ones. But I'll have to do my reading for The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. Try to read that ahead of time before getting the book. And, give you a better book report on that one. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Check out The Broken Binding, and we'll see you around next time.